Alright, I have some iced tea. I have some cough drops. I have a bottle opener for some reason.
I need those at work.
Yeah, actually, all three of those things. You're a bartender, aren't you? You probably make, like, Long Island iced teas and, like, you cough a lot. And bottle openers. Alright.
I cough a lot into the bottle openers.
You... Wait, what? You cough into the... What?
Yeah, I cough a lot into the bottle openers, and then people don't notice. I mean, it's not like it's touching anything important. I pour out the beer anyway.
Hey there, chatty kids, and welcome to the Chatter Café, the podcast about life stuff and Pokemon stuff, and, well, don't worry, we got it all ironed out. You'll just have to trust us.
Hello and welcome to Chatter Cafe episode. I closed the dock and I don't know what episode it is. 17. Welcome to episode 17 of the Chatter Cafe. We can leave that in because that's just gonna show how incompetent I am at everything I do. Hi, I'm Rita. How are you, Hunter?
Great. The quality of the Chatter Cafe podcast.
That's just me, it's not you.
Yeah?
The quality of me.
I saw you just pop back up in the dock just now.
Yeah. You probably saw me go away earlier.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Hi.
Hello. How you
Hi.
doing, everybody? It's been 2 weeks, maybe?
Actually, I think it's been just about a week. Let me... You can open up YouTube right now, why not? How is everything? How is your life?
It's been the same, more or less. But with Pokemon GO, a little bit more.
Yeah. More than literally just 2 days before the podcast. Before the last podcast. Like, the last podcast, the Pokemon GO is only out for like 2 days, and the servers weren't even working for 2 of them, so...
You know, at least we waited a day or something for this, because something else got announced that we probably wouldn't have covered otherwise if we did record the other day.
Yeah. Chatter Cafe podcast was... Episode 16 was July 12th. It is the 21st, which is... 9 days? 8 days. 9 days. So... Yeah, about a week. Yeah. So nothing's changed for you within that week? How is work? Like,
It's like very hot, and
God, yeah.
sometimes the people that are supposed to open don't show up, and then I have like the mid closing, and I have to do everything they have to do, but in 15 minutes, whereas they could have taken 2 hours to do that. Because like technically we're supposed to be open at 11:30.
Yeah.
And sometimes my shifts don't start until 12, but that's what the opener is supposed to be there for.
Is that the park or your restaurant? 11:30.
Yeah, the restaurant.
Alright.
Thing. That's not supposed to open until 11:30, and that's why we have openers coming at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning to open up. But when that person calls out, well, that happens. And it takes a 2 hour, like, it could have taken you 2 hours to do and done perfectly correctly. It takes the mid-shift person 15 minutes and rushed and probably not perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And not completely ready for the day. So it's me and usually one other person there for the day for the bar. And when one person calls out, you basically fuck everybody over. So don't call out if one other person relies on you for anything.
That is way shittier than the way literally any other job handles that. Like, if someone calls out, most jobs are pretty good at like getting someone else in. Or,
Yeah,
like,
but see, being a bartender at a theme park that mostly hires 16-year-olds,
yeah.
that's a problem. And you have to be trained to serve alcohol, and like,
Sure, yeah.
it's a big process. You can be 18 and serve alcohol, like sell it to people,
Yeah.
but you have to be 21 to pour it. So, not a lot of us are 21 or over.
Yeah, I know that's the case at like where we used to work, Regal. They started doing alcoholic beverages now, and I think they have like this this wine pouring machine where like you put like the bottle in, and then you put like the glass or the not the glass, it's plastic cup in, and like it pours for you. And so like 18-year-olds can like, or anyone can serve alcohol except beer. For some reason you can't use that machine for a beer, or there's no like equivalent machine for beer, and for some reason you can't just hand bottles. You need to pour it into a cup. And so
I can tell you why.
Yeah,
Because
but like you can't like 18-year-olds, like they don't like they allow 18-year-olds to still pour those cups, and I'm pretty sure that's still illegal. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
But yeah, I can tell like why most people, or most like restaurants or people that make you pour the beer into a cup would choose to do that, is because people can't be trusted with glass bottles, especially drunk people. In like movie theaters or like theme parks where kids are.
Oh, probably especially at theme parks.
Yeah, it's like they'll just throw it on the floor and a kid step on glass or something like that.
Oh, and movie theaters, because it's a dark thing. Like that, it makes way more sense than a bar, than like a bar. Even though bars still do that, but like, But yeah, I never thought about that. That's such an obvious thing to think about. Well, so I had orientation at Costco today. Today, like this morning. I am very, very, very anxious. Excited. But it's coming out. It's like it's venting through just like anxiety is how I'm getting the excitement. A lot of stuff. Like I was there for, let's see, I got home at 3. I went in at 8. So I was there for like a long time, watching videos, doing paperwork. There was like some like weird, like they wouldn't take a scan of my passport, which is all I had. So I like as like a proof of like you being able to work. And so I had like my driver's license as like one of the things, but then my second thing was either like social security card or passport. I think passport actually counted for both of them anyways for some reason, so you didn't need to show your ID or whatever. But they wouldn't take a scan of my passport despite them like scanning it anyways. So they like clocked me out like 10 minutes earlier than they did the other guy who was doing orientation, so I could like leave and like drive to find my passport. And it took a while to find my passport, and then drive back like just in the nick of time before the lady left. And this whole ordeal, and it was like super like just like anxiety. It's something that I should have had anyways, and like that's why like I'm kind of disappointed in myself. But like it just added like a whole other layer to anxiety-ness. Yeah. Like, I went home and slept so well. Like, after all that energy. It was an ordeal.
So you got paid for today, right?
Yep, $13 an hour.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's funny, like, being... Like, remember, like, when we got our first jobs, like, oh, look at us with our first jobs at Regal, like, and Flower Finesse.
The flower.
Like, for both of us, too. Well, I delivered newspapers, I guess, but, like, and now, like, we both have, like, older jobs. Like, you're, like, a bartender, and, like, I work at Costco. Like, I don't know, it's funny seeing people, like...
The evolution.
Yeah. Especially since, like, we've known each other since, like, high school, and you started
Middle
Flower
school.
Finesse. Middle school, yeah, but, like, we, like, really got to know each other, during, like, GBTV. And, like, it's just funny, like, did you start working at Flower Finesse during high school or after? I forget.
It was like the last 2 weeks of summer. I mean, senior year.
Okay, but it was like, wow, like the we were doing like the Grizz Pod and stuff. For some reason, I have like a memory of like you talking about it when we were doing the Grizz Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's what I figured. So like just like seeing that evolution, we evolved. We Poke evolved.
We mega evolved.
And like, it's just something that just sort of like happened naturally, and I didn't really like fully grasp it until like maybe 15 minutes ago when I was talking to you about bartending. Like, I don't know.
Didn't firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it. Yeah. Wow, that probably sounded awful in podcast form. Wow. Is that it for life update? I guess it's only been like a week. Wow. Does that mean that we're back on a weekly schedule? Probably not. No.
We're back on a schedule that goes with Pokemon news updates, I guess.
Yeah. I guess. I guess that leads into channel updates. Oh, what a transition. So, I guess there's not a whole lot as far as channel goes. Like, the last thing that was uploaded was the last podcast. What?
There's definitely more updates than the last update, which was there was no updates.
Like, you and I were talking about, like, what the channel is and stuff, and, like, I kind of had the idea, it's something that, like, I've thought about for a long time. And I think a lot of gamers, like, especially our age, find ourselves with this kind of situation. I have a backlog of games.
Me too.
And the thing is that, like, it's not even, like, I have a list of games I want to play. Like, no, I own a bunch of games that are saran wrapped. Like, I have... Yeah, like... And the thing is, like, the main game I play, like, frickin' every single day is Destiny. So, like, whenever like, I just, like, sit down on my bed and I'm like... I just kind of want to, like, abnegate and just, like, play a game for a little bit. I just, like, turn on, like, my Xbox and, like, the first thing that's on the dashboard is Destiny. So I'm like, alright, yeah, I'll do the weekly Nightfall Strikes or the daily story or Zers here this weekend. Like, I'll do that, like... And, like, that's so bad, especially since, frickin' Monster Hunter just came out. I've been playing a little bit of Monster Hunter. Mostly just because Brad, asks me to, like, hey, do you wanna hunt Tetsukabra really quick? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I haven't done... I did all of the 1-star quests, which there's only, like, not even 10 of them, and they take, like, a minute to do. But I've, like, not even... Like, I'm, like, a few quests into the 2-star quests. Like, I have not played a whole lot of Monster Hunter, and, like, I go on, like, and play with Brad, and he's, like, has all this, like, cool gear in, like, days after launch, and I'm just, like, in the starting gear with, like, my petrified rod. Like,
Yeah, he's good like that.
yeah. But even Janelle and Sam Flood,
Yeah.
like I play with them too, and like they all have awesome gear. It's like I just don't play games, and I feel like I need a reason to play games, and that's why like I'm really glad that I went through all 3 of the Fire Emblem games, the Fire Emblem Fates games. Was because like Brad kept like asking me like, hey, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? And so like that kept me like going, and like I got excited like every other day to like do it, you know. Like, but otherwise I don't play games, and it sucks as a gamer. I don't think I've beaten more than 5 games this year, and I want a reason to play games again. So you and I were talking about Let's Plays on this channel that we don't know what it is. Wow, that was such a digression. But it all comes together in this new adventure. So, this new channel adventure. So, we tossed the idea around for Let's Plays. And it may be a thing that Chatter Cafe becomes. It may be a thing that we decide it isn't anymore. But I just want to play some games. I haven't even touched Twilight Princess HD. I've barely touched it. Like I've like opened it and like saw the loading screen and like started a new game and then turned off my Wii U.
I know that feeling.
Like, so I don't know. And they might not even be Pokemon games that we're gonna play. Like, I want to play Twilight Princess. It's probably gonna be my first one. Or Wind Waker HD. Never finished that.
It's a good game.
Oh yeah, yeah, I loved it. I just never finished it. So, and especially since we just got the 2DS capture device, and like I have an Elgato, and like you're welcome to use it too.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you have a good computer to capture with, but how old is your MacBook?
It's the more recent one. It's the
oh really?
let's see, about this Mac.
Is it the Air or the Pro or the
Pro? The Pro,
Really?
13-inch, early 2015.
What?
Yeah.
So you have the top of the line MacBook. Oh, you can probably handle Game Capture HD.
8 gig memory.
8 gigs of RAM, and you can like swap that out too. Not that that matters because on a Mac that's basically like 16 gigs, because everyone on the internet's gonna hate me for saying it, but Macs technically are better at using RAM in particular than PCs are by about twice the amount.
The only thing with this Mac though is like it's 120.11 gigabytes. I need an external if I want to do anything else, basically.
Right.
So I only have 11 gigs left.
Well, I mean,
I don't do much. I mean, that's why I don't play a lot of Steam games, because I can't.
yeah.
Like, I physically can't.
Yeah. What I do is like I use like Steam cloud saving, and I only download a game at a time. Like I'll download the game, play it, and then like when I'm done playing it for the day, I delete it. So that way it's still in my library and the save data is still like saved.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not taking up more than like 10 gigs.
Right.
But yeah. That's another thing too. I have a lot of Steam games that I just want to play. Like I have more than 30 games in my Steam library. It's ridiculous, and I know that's like nothing compared to most people, but I got into PC gaming like last year, so yeah. So yeah, that's it for channel updates. It's maybe a bold decision if you consider that we've never done Let's Plays before, but like, I mean,
I've attempted the Let's Plays on my own channel.
yeah, like on your, yeah, like I've seen you do that. Did you know that Orbital Gaming, rather, did try to Let's Play of Bayonetta?
No.
Yeah, and like posted like the first 2 episodes on his channel, but like it was so bad because his laptop is so bad that like I think he deleted them from his channel, and they're like no longer on the channel.
I would too.
And so like I'm actually like it frustrated him so much because he likes doing Smash videos as his main thing. He just like branched into Let's Playing because like he had a YouTube channel, gaming YouTube channel. And so he's actually like, we're building a PC. I'm building a PC for him. Or rather, like I put together a build, and I'm talking with him about it, and like I'm gonna basically like guide him through like him building it. But I want to kind of do like a video on that. It'd be stupid to put on Battle Arcade. It'd probably be like on his channel, but like I don't know. It's funny. It's a funny prospect. Hello, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just letting you talk.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you can hear my fan more than anything that I've said this entire episode, because it's 102 degrees.
Yeah.
Well,
God.
it's 95 degrees and it's 9 o'clock at night, so.
Oh yeah, it was 102
terrible. Yeah,
earlier, and you work
That's-
at a freaking amusement park, so.
Actually, I've been off for 2 days, but
Oh, all right.
I've been burning at home though.
Yeah, I can't actually hear your fan. Can you hear my fans? I have 2 going.
No, I can't hear anything.
Wow. Wow, that's surprising. That's pretty nice. All right. Especially like that's surprising since I have Audacity on I forget what it's called, the not linear recording, the one that like adds a lot of noise. I like accidentally just forgot to like put it on the better setting before we recorded, but so I'm just looking at a bunch of noise on my Audacity like levels right now. Wow.
So what are we gonna gracefully transition into?
Speaking of Audacity, the English name, just have some Pokemon news, yeah?
Yeah, let's talk about Pokemon news.
Yeah, the English names for the Korokoro Pokemon. Like, this news is pretty similar to, like, the last news, like, last week's news. Like, we got new Pokemon, and we have, like, the English names for the Korokoro Pokemon. Like, it's, like, and, like, a few other things sprinkled in. Like, it's, like, pretty similar. Anyways. The English names for the Korokoro Pokemon, Mimikyu, and Beware, which I don't think we talked about last week, because I don't think they were
I mean, I think
shown
we
last
did. They were shown last week, but we just didn't know their names, and I think I like glossed over them quickly because we didn't know anything else other than Korokoro.
Yeah.
What Korokoro had to say.
Okay.
So we can go over them again since we know a little bit more about them.
So, Mimikyu is probably the most adorable thing in the world. It's a ghost... ghost fairy? Damn it. Talk.
Yeah, it's Ghost Fairy.
It's ghost fairy? Okay, cool. Ghost fairy type, and it is shy and generally disliked among people, but it wants to be liked. So it takes old Pikachu merchandise from 20 years ago and wears it. Because Pikachu was a popular Pokemon 20 years ago, and it wants to be loved just the same. And that is so cute. So cute. And very self-aware of the Pokemon Company International.
It's like they planned it or something.
It's like
they know what they're doing.
it's like they know that Pokemon started 20 years ago.
Hmm.
And that Pikachu was a popular Pokemon 20 years ago. Like the games, like themselves know even.
the play the X-Files theme right there.
Yeah. I'll try to edit that in. Why don't you talk about Beware?
Beware is it's a normal fighting type with the ability Klutz or Fluffy. It looks kind of stupid. I don't like it that much.
Yeah, this is probably the only Pokemon so far that I'm not feeling, that I don't like. Like, I think Young Goose was kind of there.
Yeah, it was like Beware was the straw that broke my back.
Yeah, yeah, literally, because of the description. But I'm not feeling that. I don't know what else to say. It's just, the thing is, it kind of looks like a what was that stupid meme? Pedo Bear?
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long since that was even a relevant meme. That I forgot the name. It kind of looks like Pedo Bear in the worst ways, except it looks stupid on top of it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I kind of like the description. It's kind of cute. That saves it for me to, it's not awful, but I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it is, stat-wise, viability, when we actually play, but right now, I fucking love it.
Yeah, I mean, stat-wise, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have high attack, because it says that, the Pokemon, website is, loading for me right now, but, it loves hugging people.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a lovable thing, and it loves loving, which is, again, kind of creepy, pedo bearish. Except it is so strong that it breaks literally anything in two.
Like your back.
Yeah, and so it's dangerous to even own. So, well, that's confirmed, right? It's killed people.
Maybe.
Canon, hang on, I wanna find
just that video that they have on the website, and it just zooms in on his face.
Yeah. Swing yours around, never dare approach it carelessly. Dangerous Pokemon, low region. I think it literally says it breaks literally anything in two. They might have changed it, but I remember the Jay Witz video that Sunder did the commenting for, and it said it showed, a tight hug from this Pokemon's arms will split anything at all in two. Mm-hmm. Word for word. Anything at all in two.
Good.
So it's hugged people before, right?
Maybe.
Quite
possibly.
Oh my god. So, these new Koro Pokemon they each have new abilities. Mimikyu has an interesting ability where
it falls over.
Disguise, right? Disguise?
Yeah.
Disguise, where it's basically turn one, don't need to use the move substitute.
Yeah.
It's just a substitute up. Doesn't cost any HP. It's just there's a substitute up, which is pretty damn cool when you think competitively.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That is such a cool idea. And Beware has an ability called Fluffy. The Fluffy
Set
ability.
Set it on fire.
Yeah, yeah. The Fluffy ability halves damage taken from attacks that make direct contact, but in return, it doubles the damage taken from fire moves.
Good. You set it on fire.
Yeah, that. What a weird drawback. having the damage taken from attacks that make direct contact, like, that is not the most OP ability. Like,
Furfrou
there
didn't
are...
have that problem.
Like, there are more OP, very similar abilities, like, Thick Fat.
Mm-hmm.
Thick Fat's, like, a fairly OP ability, but it doesn't have a drawback to it like this. Double damage from Fire-type moves? That's an odd choice. I don't know, I mean... I don't know, like, it's like... Okay, you're giving it some bulk by having damage in one way, by a very niche way, like contact moves, really, that there's not a whole lot of those. Even a lot of physical moves, which is like half the meta, maybe a little less than half the meta because burn and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just weird to give a drawback to that. Like, having the damage from a very niche type of move, and then doubling the damage from a pretty common move, any fire-type move.
I mean, like I said, Furfrou didn't have that ability. I mean, that problem, and it's basically the same ability.
What was Furfrou's ability?
Fur coat. It has physical damage.
Has physical damage, just...
Yeah, straight up just has every physical attack.
Hang on, I'm Bulbapedia right now. Furfrou. I forgot how to spell Furfrou for a second. Fur coat. It's not a signature ability, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is? Oh yeah, it is. I thought I've heard of that before. I don't know if I just forgot about X and Y news or something.
You forgot about it.
Yeah. Fur... has damage taken from physical moves, including Psy Shock, Psy Strike, and Secret Sword. Yeah. And that's way more OP than Beware's.
Breaking news from Global News now. New Pokemon Sun and Moon information will be revealed on August 1st at 10 p.m. JST.
August 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, that's not like... Yeah, I don't know, that's such a weird job. Anyways, we digress. There's other news. There's actual new Pokemon. Yeah. All of which I am digging.
I like most of them, yeah.
Wimpod was announced. This is probably my favorite.
And if I had any ability in real life, it would be Wimp Out. That would be my ability.
Oh.
So this Pokemon is me.
Yeah? You run away when someone hits you.
That's gonna be actually pretty hellish for, like, a Nuzlocke.
Oh. Huh. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I'm imagining, like, Abra stories with this. Like,
It didn't teleport away from me, it ran away from me because I hit it. But I think it's once it, like...
That was a dick.
Once it, like, lowers its health to, like, yellowish, that's when it runs away.
Yeah, I think so. With the Whip Out ability, this Pokemon's HP drops below half in battle. It will run away or swap out for another Pokemon. It's kind of like just having, like, the item eject button, just, like, as an ability. Which is an interesting idea.
Yeah, I like the red button. The button. I've had it been useful, and, just in the Battle Shadow, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're fun.
I actually almost took red button to regionals once. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's an interesting idea for an ability both competitively and, like, playthrough wise, because again, I'm imagining like a lot of like Abra stories with this guy. Like, it ran away from me, like this pretty rare Pokemon, which I hope it's a pretty rare Pokemon, considering that. I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, I think
Bug
actually
water.
when you have it for yourself on a Nuzlocke and it runs away, that's probably pretty good.
What?
Like when it's on your team on a Nuzlocke, like
Oh,
and it itself runs away without you having to do it.
yeah. I mean,
So,
well,
it could help you and hurt you.
yeah. Because what if it sends out something that? Interesting. I don't think we went over Beware's typing. Normal fighting.
Yeah, normal fighting. I like the.
Huh?
Yeah, I like that. The normal, whatever extra type. I like that thing.
Yeah.
People should do it more. It just gives them a less of a weakness to Ghost. A resistance to Ghost, actually.
I want a normal ghost type so bad. I know I've talked about it before a lot, and even on this show, but I do like that, like normal dragon for Drampa. Like I don't know, I like the normal types too. Big fan of them. Bound Sweet, Bound Sweet. I think it's Bound Sweet. I think it's Bound Sweet because like bounce and sweet, right? It's a new grass Pokemon. What?
One sweet.
Yeah.
Sure.
This Pokemon has a pitiful existence. It's so delicious smelling that a lot of people like capture it and like have it just around their houses and stuff, which is pretty nice. Except in the wild, it's often eaten whole by Pokemon. Word for words, it's sometimes swallowed whole by a Pokemon drawn to its aroma. Which is okay, fine. Like, Pokemon like eat other Pokemon in like Pokedex entries and stuff, like whatever. But when running away from other Pokemon, Bunsweet flees danger by skipping along the ground. Since its bouncy movements don't convey others to others that it's actually in a desperate flight, no one ever comes to its aid. That... like, aw, it's so cute, it's bouncing and playing with that other Pokemon. But no, it's gonna be eaten! I don't know, that's a pitiful existence. And it's so, like, delicious smelling, like, I don't know.
I mean, I like it. It's
Oh yeah. It's cute. It's a cute little guy. 1 foot tall. It's pretty small. It was the cherub line that small?
Yeah, Cherubi just kind of reminds me of that. I don't know.
I'm looking up the that line's height. Okay,
Pretty
yeah,
short.
they're about like 1 foot. Cherum's the tallest at 1 foot 8 inches. So, yeah. All right. I don't know. I like it. It's cute. I'm actually, for some reason, I like it a lot because it reminds me more of Oddish than the Cherub line does. And I really like Oddish for some reason. Like, Oddish is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's like in like my top 20 favorite Pokemon for some reason. And it reminds me of Oddish, like way more than Cherrim does for some reason. I really like Bounsweet. It's like really cool.
It looks like a Capricorn.
Yeah. Which like I don't know. It's cute, and like I kind of think like the whole like living Pokeballs like thing, like in Johto, apricorns were related to Pokeball creation, and so I like the idea that it's shaped like an apricorn and it's like really sweet smelling, and like I don't know. I remember like in the anime, there was a movie, spoilers for this movie, the Celebi movie? I forget which one that was. Spoilers for a however-year-old movie. The kid who like Ash meets, who's like from the past,
Professor Oak.
is Professor Oak, and he has like an old school styled Pokeball where he has to like undo like a knob and like open it himself and like do like a gesture like for the Pokemon to come out, and it's like looks like an apricorn kind of like it's like not as polished and like it's not like a piece of machinery. Like I don't know, like I like that idea, and I like how Bounsweet has like kind of looks like that. It looks like the shell of an apricorn or like a berry or something, and it's like opened up, kind of like how a Pokeball opens up, and like there's like the little leaf that kind of like is the circle of the Pokeball on its forehead. Like it, I don't know. I just like it. It kind of reminds me of like Magikarna too for some reason. Just like the head things. Like I'm really liking this Pokemon. This is probably one of my favorite Pokemon in Sun and Moon so far.
That's the most praise I've seen for it. Most people are like, that was that.
I know. I know that I'm in the minority, but like I really like that Pokemon. What was the next one? You introduced the next one. I've been talking a lot.
Comfy.
Comfy? Is that how you say it?
Comfy. I mean,
I
it
think
looks
it's
like comfy. Comfy,
yeah.
Probably.
I instinctively say comfy too. I'm pretty sure it's comfy.
It'll evolve into angry. Because it's not comfy anymore, it's angry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Will it evolve from a lay into like a...
Laid.
into getting laid. All the flowers just blooming. That's the evolution.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like a Hawaiian torch, flaming like torch like, you know, like hula dancing where they do like the torches and stuff, and there's like fire and they have sticks that they spin. I don't know the name of that, which I need to research a lot of Hawaiian culture for a project that I'm working on, and I don't know the name of that. But what if it evolved into that?
I mean, what if it like evolved into just like hula like things in general?
Like a hula skirt or like a
yeah.
I don't know what else.
Things that they have on their palms, like their wrists, like you probably just said, right?
Those are also lays. They're called
lays.
lays. Those I do know because the research. Yeah,
Arm
those are
of the
also
forbidden
lays.
one, leg of the forbidden one.
Yeah, and then Comfey, the forbidden one, is the head.
Yep.
Exodia. So, Comfey's pretty cool. Flower Veil and Triage. I think Triage is the new ability, right? Triage. With the Triage ability, this Pokemon's restorative moves gain the highest priority in battle. You like shutdown abilities. What do you think about this ability? It's kind of not really a shutdown ability, but it could be played in a similar way.
I mean, it's a priority ability to like healing, right? It's like, is that what it was?
Yes, gives the highest priority. Restorative moves gain the highest priority in battle. I'm assuming that evolves like Wish and Heal Pulse and stuff too. Could be an interesting Pokemon in doubles. I'm sorry, did I say grass type? It's a fairy type.
It's a fairy type.
My bad.
It's a for baby.
It has that issue, yeah. Like, so there's the whole thing where like someone could attack you with a priority move, right? And you could heal yourself up before that, or heal. Use Heal Pulse or Wish or something to let Comfey die and let the following Pokemon coming in get healed. Or heal like Pokemon on your team that's about to be hit in like doubles or something before it's not a shutdown move or ability, but it can be played. Yeah. You know? Yes. And you like shutdown abilities. What do you think about this?
I mean, yeah, like you just said, I can see it being used very well in doubles. and like, I honestly hope it gets like a lot of restorative moves that's not just like,
Wish.
like you said, heal pulse or wish or like. I want more like status curing moves, like maybe heal bell or like
Oh.
what's another?
Yeah.
One?
There's a
Safeguard's kinda
few.
stupid, but I don't know.
I think Jirachi has one that's like it's a signature move though. Forget the name of it. There's a few.
Safeguard doesn't necessarily heal though. Is it just healing abilities? Or
No,
like...
it Safeguard prevents. Oh, let me look it up. It prevents
status
your
moves, your moves
team
getting
from
status.
receiving status moves. I don't know if it gets rid of.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Alright, then yeah, it just prevents. I don't think that would count under Comfey's deal.
Heal block maybe, if that was a thing.
So it says
Milk drink.
this Pokemon's restorative moves.
Right.
Do you think that's going to be heal only, or I hope that's also involving status condition stuff?
Otherwise, it's just kind of you got heal pulse, recover for itself. Maybe, unless they make a new move for it, like I don't see many.
What would that move do even though? Like, there's not a whole lot you could do. Being said,
Targeted-
like Pokemon
targeted-
has
No, there
What?
is a targeted healing move. It's called Heal Beam, isn't it?
What?
It's like, yeah, there's a move that just heals. I think it's Heal Beam or something.
Heal Beam.
Yeah, Pokemon. That's
Looking it up right now.
Heal Pulse. That's-
Yeah, Heal Pulse. There's no Heal Beam. I just looked it up on Bulbapedia, so it must be true. Pulse. Yeah, the Heal Pulse. Like you target your ally. You could even target one of your
Enemy.
opponent's move or Pokemon and heal. Yeah. So like yeah, there's Heal Pulse. There's Wish and Recover.
Recover.
Or I guess it might have the what's the grass type version of it, where if like it's in the sun, then it gains like twice that amount.
Sunny day.
No, well I mean, yeah, to like get the sun out, but what like heals the Pokemon? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking. No, it's like the Moonlight, isn't it? It's like Moonlight. And then there's
Oh,
morning,
Moonlight,
morning,
that exists also.
It's Morning Sun.
Morning Sun. Morning Sun recover. It would be like stupid if it had like Morning Sun and Recover.
So
And-
there's the healing moves are Roost, Slack Off, Synthesis, Recover, Soft Boiled, Moonlight, Milk Drink, Morning Sun, Healing
right.
Order. There's moves that heal over turns, like Aqua Ring and Ingrain. Moves that absorb health from others, like Giga Drain, Mega Drain, Absorb, Horn Leech, Drain Punch, Leech Live.
I
Heals
didn't
that
think about that.
healing opponents or allies, Heal Pulse, and Present. And
Oh
there's
man,
also-
priority Giga Drain.
Others like Pain Split, Swallow, Wish, Reset, Rest, Leech Seed, Dream Eater, Lunar Dance, Healing Wish. It kills you, but
Yeah, that's the Jirachi one.
Yeah.
Do you think the Pain Split would count? Because it could also not restore.
yeah, it can. I mean, I don't even know the mechanics of Pain Split. to be completely honest. It's just like whoever has more gets healed.
It takes between the using Pokemon's current HP stat and the opponent Pokemon's current HP stat. It takes the amount of both of them. So like 1 plus 1. Or like 2 plus like 8 or something, right? Equals 10 and gives you both 5. So like takes the sum of both and then gives you each half of that sum.
I
Like
see.
it's Like, that's how it works.
They share
It's an
the
interesting... Yeah. Yeah, you split it. You split it in half. And the final Pokemon. Go over it.
thing. Wimpod. Did you ever say that one?
No, Mudsdale.
I feel like we've been talking for like a long time, and I felt like Wimpod was something we talked about before we started. No, did we do that? No, Mudsdale.
Yeah.
It's a horse.
Yeah?
Sure is a horse.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
not...
too excited for it, but
I think... I like
cool.
it.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm not like holy shit about it.
I'm a little holy shit about it. Like, I actually really kind of like it. It's like it reminds me of, the weird thing is that, like, I can't find anything Polynesian about it. It kind of, like, I think some people were saying it kind of looks like a Trojan, like, helmets and stuff. Like, it's, little mohawk and stuff it has. So it's, like, literally a Trojan horse. But, to me, the first thing I thought when I saw it was not Southern Native American, like Polynesia, but Northern Native American, like Mohawk tribe, like literally like Mohawk tribe, because they have the Mohawks and the ponytails. And they look a lot like that, and sometimes they would, a lot of, I'm not sure if the Mohawks in particular did this, but a lot of Native American cultures would paint their faces, similar to how Mudsdale has, like, the eyes are kind of like a mask that, like, leads into the hair on the back. So, like, that's the first thing that I thought when I saw it, but I guess the whole Trojan horse thing is kind of too perfect. Especially since it's, like, super heavy. It's, like, the second heaviest Pokemon so far.
Next to Groudon.
Yeah, it's like, right next to Groudon.
That's weird.
It's, like, not 50 pounds different than Groudon.
It's heavier than Snorlax. It looks like it's not that.
Yeah. It's 8 foot 2 inches, which is, like, there are horses that are that tall. Like, that's, like, a normal horse height. Like, it's just super heavy. It's a ground type. I like it. I kind of like it. From the sound of it, it sounds like it's not going to be too fast. But it sounds like it's going to have really high HP. Whether or not that means high defense, we don't know. However, its new ability, with a stamina ability, this Pokemon's defense goes up by 1 stage when it's hit by an attack. Which is pretty awesome and maybe OP. Like,
just don't hit it with a physical attack then.
Yeah. I mean, like, duh. But also, like, you could, let's say, use something like, what was that strat with, Whimsicott, where it was really popular in VGC back when Terrakion was, like, so incredibly used in VGC. Where you would send out Whimsicott and Terrakion, and I forget which move it was, but because Terrakion has the Justified ability, and Whimsicott would always go first due to Prankster, it would use a move that would raise Terrakion's attack extremely high. Because of that. I can't remember the move for the life of me right now. It was something that I experimented with. But anyways, you could do something like, Skill Link Bullet Seed, for example.
Yes.
And have, like, a really high defense Pokemon. Like, that's not, like, an awful strategy. You know? Granted, like, we don't know what this Pokemon's, stats are going to be like. We just know that it's probably going to have pretty high HP. It's probably not going to be too fast. And it might have okay defenses. I imagine that its special defense is going to be pretty low, though. Just...
Yeah.
imagining this Pokemon being too OP. It
Just-
could actually be a super not competitively viable Pokemon. We don't know anything about it.
Just use water gun.
Yeah, like, not Hydro Pump.
Just water
Not Scald, Water Gun. I think, yeah, all 6 Pokemon in that trailer have a new ability.
Yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
true for last time too?
Let me see. At a glance.
Tapu Koko for sure.
No, because Vikavolt had Levitate, and like Togedemaru had Iron Barbs. Yeah, there was only 2 for this time around.
Well, the what was Togedemaru? Iron Barbs and Lightning Rod. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Well, there are a lot of like new abilities this generation though. Like, Charge-a-Bug has a unique ability. Did Grubbin? Pick-a-Peck did, right? No, Swarm. Grubbin did. Swarm is an old one. Pick-a-Peck. Like, there's a lot. Bruxish had a
Pick-a-Peck.
new one.
Pick-a-Peck has Skill Link. I didn't see that before.
Skill Link and Keen Eye, which like makes sense because like it hits a bunch because it's a woodpecker. Bruxish had a new ability. Like, there's a lot of new abilities this generation.
That's a
It's-
good thing.
Yeah, like, what do you think about just the sheer amount of new Pokemon they've shown us in the last like couple weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think
Well, like, okay, since E3, which is like 3 weeks.
I think that means we're gonna have a lot more Pokemon this time around.
Yeah? Like, okay, I'm just gonna count. 1, 2, 3. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 new Pokemon so far.
Yep.
That is a lot. Like, for announcing any game. I don't think Black and White had this many new Pokemon. I can't remember, that was years ago, but just off, like, they didn't show this many, I don't think. How many new Pokemon did Kalos have? Like
80 something.
no, it was like
60
50.
something?
80 was
Yeah.
like Black and White. That was a no. Cuz 80 is actually a lot for a new Pokemon game. I don't know. I didn't think Johto had that many. Could be wrong about that. But
Yeah, X and Y had like 60. 69 maybe.
it was like somewhere like 50, 60, yeah. Like, I don't know, we have more than half that already for
Yeah.
Sun and Moon.
Not even with evolutions yet, so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good point. Like Comfey and stuff. We don't know. Bounce Sweet looks like it'll evolve. Yeah. Oh yeah, including like the starters. That is 9 new Pokemon right there. Unless the starters don't evolve.
They do not evolve.
Oh yeah, plus we know Young Goose is gonna evolve at least once. I think they showed Picky-Peck evolving at least once. In the treehouse, the E3 treehouse. Like, okay, so there's a lot of new Pokemon we know about already. Like, that is surprising amount of Pokemon. Do you think that we are going to get a lot of new Pokemon this generation, or I'm scared. I think that I'm scared that they showed us what they have to offer.
Like
You
all
know?
that they have to offer.
Not like all, but like there's gonna be like 10 new Pokemon, and we're getting 30 new Pokemon this generation. You know,
There's
like
gonna be more than 10 new Pokemon in this game, including
And
Pikachu.
I just hope that they didn't like give us these 6 new Pokemon that we got in the last week just because like Pokemon Go is out and like, oh hey guys, don't forget about Sun and Moon, please. You know, like I just hope that they're not showing us everything. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if like my heart could handle less than Kalos. You know,
yeah,
like I don't know.
we're at least getting by these. If they keep doing this, showing us like 6 Pokemon at a time for like the next however long until the lead up to the game.
Oh god, that would be a massive amount of Pokemon.
Realistically, I want to say like 80. Hopefully, I want to say 100. And
80. You know what though? Those numbers, like in the grand scheme of like past Pokemon generation, seem far-fetched, but this generation, considering that they've shown us more than 30 new Pokemon months before launch, and we know that there is at least 4 different Pokédexes in Sun and Moon. 1 for each island, it seems. Just like how Kalos had 3 different Pokédexes. Like, I think that is not an unreasonable number, 100. So, like, 25 for each island. Given, like, okay, each island has 100, or each Pokédex has 150 Pokemon in it. 25 of them being new Pokemon, and the next 75, or rather, 125 being old Pokemon. Like that, even that seems pretty low. Like, I don't know. I think that's not too far-fetched. I think we're gonna get a lot of Pokemon. I hope.
it's gonna be lit.
Pokemon. 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only news.
In less exciting news,
This is exciting.
you can host your own competitions on Global Link. Kind of
Okay,
like, I guess,
I am excited
Smash
about
tournaments.
I am
Kinda like
excited
how-
about this.
Okay, well then you talk about it then.
Like this is like okay, because you know like I've tried to do Pokemon tournaments between like our friends and stuff before. I tried to do like the Pokemon tournaments at like the Gaming Attic and stuff before. I tried to launch those. Like the idea. Okay, so what are we talking about? New friendly competitions via Pokemon Global Link.
Right.
Basically, normal people, Rita. Normal people like you and I can start an in-game tournament.
For sure.
Like with a ladder, or it sounds like it's gonna be more like a round robin base, but maybe like with a ladder and like doing a Pokemon tournament in game, like with in-game mechanics. We can set the rules like in game and give people a QR code to scan when they're ready to join it, or through internet competitions. You can set it to either public or private. If it's on public, then anyone can join your competition. So, like, if, like, how many Pokemon YouTubers do we watch? Like,
I watch a decent amount.
yeah, like, I watch a lot of PokeTubers, and do you understand how many tournaments are going to be held, like, not long after launch?
A lot.
Yeah. Like, okay, just off the top of my head, like, major ones that everyone knows. J-Wits. Aaron Zhang.
Yes.
Game Explain.
Probably.
Like,
yeah,
like,
they even said that they would.
yeah, like, I don't know, that is hype. That is so hype for me. Like, I am excited to just, like, Pokemon podcast. Like, I know you're not the biggest fan of them so much anymore, but, like, I don't know. Like, I'm excited to just, like, yeah, let's just, like, battle with the rest of the community, you know? I don't know, that's super exciting for me. And, like, the thing is that other other YouTubers were bottlenecked before. They weren't able to do that. And like even we could do it. Not that we have the biggest following, but like just the fact that you and I could just put together an official feeling tournament like that is super, super awesome for me. And including like the other features, like the added features, just the little things, make it feel like all the more real. Like the Pokemon ranking system. Have you ever been on the Global or Play Pokemon website?
Sort of, yeah.
They give like strategies and stuff. Like it's a really good resource, and they say like like this week at like this regionals, we've been seeing this Pokemon doing pretty well, or this Pokemon pop up, or it not do pretty well. This is probably due to this Pokemon's popularity in last regionals, and blah blah blah. Like this Pokemon came up to combat this Pokemon, or this Pokemon now runs higher special defense than it used to. Like it's a really good little tool, and you can see the top Pokemon used both on the global link and on in official tournaments like regional and national events and stuff, and PCs and stuff. It gives all of those stats, and the fact that we're able to do those kinds of things just like on our own and see like all those official feeling little things, all those statistics, is really interesting to me. I don't know, that's really cool. And the fact that you can change all the settings, name and description, the rule set, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't need to be just like doubles, you know? And maybe like legendaries only, I don't know. Cool little things like that. You can have it between just the Alola decks or
Like
Pokemon
only caught in Alola, basically.
Yeah, so like Pokemon like from Bank or something. So you have the option to like switch, like if you only want like basically those blue hexagons and like XY and Oros, which I'm assuming like XY and Oros Pokemon aren't gonna be allowed by the sound of it.
Yeah.
The length of the competition, so like how many days, I don't know, hours maybe. Time limits of battles, how many battles can be had per day, which kind of reminds me of those little online competitions that Pokemon was doing for points and for the classics and stuff like that. And set it to private and public, which it feels so official. That is like super, super interesting to me. I don't know, like, I'm hyped. That made me super hyped. Maybe it's just because I'm a tryhard and I like competitive Pokemon. But like, what?
No, I don't know. I mean, it sounds cool.
I don't know.
I might use it a few times.
I'm the only one excited for this. Okay. Why don't you talk about hyper training?
Hyper training. It seems like they got rid of super training. I didn't really use super training that much because actually IV training was a bit more easier, less time consuming.
Well, there's no such thing as IV training.
EV training.
Super training was EV training.
Yeah.
It was just there was better ways to do it in X and Y. Like the introduction of super training was great. Like for people who like don't get it, then like it's a great option. But for people who do get it, you can train a Pokemon in like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whereas like in super training, you're like clicking buttons and it's gonna take like freaking an hour. It's just easier, and it seems like I don't think they're getting rid of super training. They never said that. I think super training is gonna stay. And the hyper training, from the sound of it, is more IV based and not EV based.
Yeah, like you affect IVs.
Which is, I'm not sure if I like it or not. I like it because like it takes away a layer of complexity from the meta. Like, one of the biggest things is people complain like, I don't get breeding, and it takes too much time to do all this, and legendaries, you can't, you have to soft reset for legendaries and all this. Like, that was one of the biggest complaints, as far as IVs go, and those are valid complaints. The reason why I don't like it is because those are basically Pokemon genetics, and there's a reason why they're called individual values. Changing one's individual values after it is alive just seems wrong to me. We don't know if that's what hyper training is, but just from the sound of it, I think the Pokemon website, when talking about it, says the word individual like 2 or 3 times, like in the paragraph. So, like, I don't know. It's cool. I like how more people are going to be able to get into competitive. It seems like it's going to happen in the box, maybe? Or through this guy named Mr. Hyper.
He's hype man.
Yeah. Talk about him.
It seems like if you bring him things called bottle caps, he'll do this for you. He'll like give you the things that you need to do this. It's not. I don't really understand it that much as far as that, because they didn't really explain it that much.
Yeah, like, we don't know much about it.
Like that stuff was in like Japanese.
Yeah, which, like, bottle caps, I'm kind of getting like the hard scale vibe.
Yeah.
So, like, are there going to be different kinds of bottle caps, you think?
Well, yeah, this is because there's regular bottle caps, and then there's also specifically in Margiana is holding a silver bottle cap.
Yeah, that was
So,
in,
like,
the data or something for the Magiarna code or whatever.
So I don't know. Maybe silver boosts things more, and regular ones are just like one thing, one boost.
That's interesting. It's an interesting idea. I don't know.
Hyper training, I need to look more into it.
I mean, there's not much to look into. Like, it's just, they said that you can increase a Pokemon stats past level 100. That's it. And the bottle caps thing, and the Magiarna thing. Like, that's it. We don't know anywhere else. Anything else? Anywhere else?
We don't know anywhere else.
It could be just EV training. For all we know. Also, in that little screenshot where they show, or video rather, where they showed hyper training, they showed a level 100 Pikachu raising its stats like before and after. And it had like a little plus sign next to like the triangle, circle, like symbols thing, where there's like 6 symbols. It had like a plus sign next to it. What do you think that is? Speculation time.
I don't really think of anything that much. I didn't really put that much thought into these things because, like, I paid attention to the Pokemon more than like these smaller things, and it looks like they're obviously putting more like attention to like competitive people because that's a lot of what people do. But like, I feel like it would be too much of a hassle for like, say, a newer player to get a hang of this thing, and I think that's what kind of like all games need, like a thing for the longtime fans, and also something that the newer fans can get into.
Yeah. Which, like, clearly they want VGC to be more approachable, right? Like, it is, like, after all, like, the championship, and what's the whole idea behind Pokemon is you collect gym badges until you become the champion.
Right.
And, like, every year there's a world champion, so, like, it's the most Pokemon thing. So, like, I don't know. They obviously want it to become more approachable. It's just the thing is, between they kind of made IV breeding a little bit easier. They made EV training a lot easier for sure. It's just it's still been such a difficult thing to get into, especially they sort of took one step forward and two steps back, introducing bringing even more legendaries into the mix, you know?
Yeah.
What are the most common legendaries that are out there right now? There's Groudon, which is I think the #1 most used Pokemon in VGC still. Groudon. Followed behind that is Xerneas. Kyogre and Rayquaza are like right next to each other. And all of those need to be caught like during the story.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to like there are ways to soft reset and like pretty intelligently. I think Nugget Bridge did an excellent article on this. Like there's different Pokemon that you assign different roles, like speed checking and stuff like that. So that way like you to run away and like soft reset even like before turn 1, like turn 0 basically, if you know if it's the right Pokemon or not. If it has the right stats or not. So and like there's ways to like make sure like it has like a 50% chance of having a certain nature and all this. It's just the fact that you have to do all of that and like get it to the IV checker.
Yeah.
Get your Xerneas the IV checker during the game, so you have to play through basically the rest of the game every single time you want a Xerneas.
That's correct.
Or a freaking Groudon. Like it's that's just or I guess trade it to a friend is just I don't know. They took one step forward and two steps back, introducing that, which I liked the introduction. I think it changed VGC, in my opinion, in a very positive way. It's just it made it all the more difficult for new players.
I can see where you're coming from.
So hyper training, like being able to raise legendaries IVs, makes it easier. However rare bottle caps are, I guess, is a different situation, but
I hope they're easy to come by. Kind of like hard skills, or like there's a Pokemon that like gives them.
So now, do you think that this hyper training is the only thing that they added to make competitive easier? I'm thinking back to X and Y, right? Where they introduced like a great way to raise EVs in super training. But for the people who like know what's up, they did like the whole horde battle situation and all the better items, and they changed the way the values were given and stuff. And they changed the way the like breeding worked to make breeding easier for the veterans as well. Like Destiny Bond giving 5 IVs instead of 3. So, and then like obviously they were self-aware about the EV training thing, because in X and Y you had there was different horde battles you could go to depending on like which stat you wanted to raise. So if you wanted speed, there was a cave you could go to for Zubat. And then use Sweet Scent, have 5 Zubat appear, and raise your speed that way. But you had a 50% chance of, what was it, Whismur or something, also showing up.
Yeah.
And no matter wherever you went, any of the 5 places that you could go to raise your EVs, there was a 50% chance of another Pokemon showing up. Or I think it was like a 55% chance, because it was like a 47.5, 47.5, then a 5% chance of a different Pokemon. Like it's weird. But like, and then in Oros they changed that. They changed to where all the EVs training locations were literally only one Pokemon. And there is specific 5 different areas for those 5 particular Pokemon. So they're self-aware about it, and they wanted to improve it. So in the next game, they did. It seems like they have an idea. They implement an easy way to do it, for an easy entry level way to do it, I should say. But then for the veterans, an actually easier way. You know?
Yeah, those who know how to use it are going to use it well.
Yeah, just like that EV training thing. And they're obviously self-aware about that. Do you think that hyper training is going to be the entry-level way to getting into IVs, and maybe there's something else for the veterans?
Yeah, if they explain how to do it, completely, there's no,
the way I was thinking, the veterans, after a while, are gonna figure out, oh, hyper training actually takes a while. There's a new breeding thing that they introduced in Sun and Moon that makes it, way easier, and you can get a 6 IV Pokemon in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is what I was thinking. Kinda like the EV training thing. Or is that, way too looking into
that's
it?
super, into it, but, I'd see them adding, one other thing. Maybe, I've always wanted them to add, just, a way to test Pokemon, kind of like Showdown, but, in the game.
Yeah, a lot of people want that. I feel like they almost don't need to with hyper training, though, because you could have a Pokemon with whatever build you want in not a half hour. Maybe that won't be the case. Maybe it will be. What do you think about leveling? What about leveling? That's something that a lot of people don't really talk about as far as competitive goes. You just need to get that Pokemon up to level 50. And I don't think that the Blissey base thing was intended. It was an exploit that people found. I'm sure maybe some of them thought about it, but I don't think that they intended that it was their intent and reason for implementing that. Yeah. You know? Do you think that there's going to be something new for leveling? Maybe? An easy way to grind levels?
I mean, there will be definitely something closer to that, I think. Not exactly that, maybe, but yeah. Every Pokemon game has their end game, kind of this is where you're gonna level up for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I don't know. There'll be something.
Yeah.
X and Y is just basically.
It was cool, with the Blissey bases, you could get a Pokemon up to level 50 in a battle. Do you think that we is there anything that we haven't picked, nitpicked from this? Do you think that we pretty much got it all?
Yeah, we talked about a lot of things regarding this.
There was a lot to dissect in that 2-minute trailer.
Give us a 30-minute trailer and see what happens.
Oh god, yeah. But that wasn't the only news.
Nope.
That 2-minute trailer wasn't the only news, or Rita. Wow, I almost said Marley.
Close.
Detective Pikachu.
It's back.
Yeah. It's back in Legendary. It's a Legendary Pikachu. So we've heard about these this rumor that Pokemon Pokemon's gonna start doing live action Pokemon movies this year because of some trademark or whatever. oh, it looks like Legendary Pictures like might have gotten that permission. Well, they officially said it.
Well, shit.
Well, shit. There's gonna be a live-action movie, damn it, and fucking Legendary Pictures is gonna do it. Nah, actually, I'm not that pessimistic about it. They decided to do Detective Pikachu of all things. That's a weird choice.
Honestly, that's probably the easiest, not the easiest choice, but like the most easily go-toable thing.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
I think I like it. Like,
It has a children's movie in that, like, built in.
yeah, and it's not something like... It's something to where they can introduce something new to Pokemon in the movies. Where if they did something that was based off of a main series game, like going to gyms and becoming the champion, if they did a live adaptation of that, people would hate it even if it's good. Especially if they change things, because people don't like change, you know? So, like...
Right.
Which they would obviously have to do, because it's a movie adaptation of an interactive video game. Plus, I would feel like they would want to do something new, because it's their take on Pokemon, you know? On the Pokemon story. Deciding to do Detective Pikachu is probably the most smart choice, because like you said, there's an
audience for that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories that can be told with detectives, you know, and
Yeah.
kids stories, like kids movies, are definitely like right up that alley.
And this is Danny DeVito's
I know, I
second channel.
just want Danny DeVito. I was gonna say that. Yeah. I mean,
That's that, I guess.
I'm down. Like,
I'd see it.
it's still a
I'll see
weird
it
choice. This game that was announced 7 years ago, and
with weird faces.
literally only, like, we heard nothing about until it just launched. Like, hey, it's launching in a week in Japan. And months later, hey, it's gonna launch in America. Nothing ever since. Like, it's a weird choice. It's a weird choice. But I dig it. Why don't you talk about the next thing?
The last thing? Is it
Next
the last
thing. There's two more things.
Oh, okay. There we go. Dark Rise and Pokken. That wasn't something I was thinking was gonna happen.
Yeah. Did you see the,
I mean, it's
the
definitely.
trailer?
I saw the trailer. Yeah.
Thoughts on its, like, moves and stuff?
The way it looks. It's definitely a better choice than what they probably could have gone for alternatively. That we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
But it's weird leg things. That's what it does in the movies. That's why it's so tall.
So silly.
It sure is a dark ride, Pokken.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play as it. Maybe if it comes to
Maybe?
Wii U, question mark.
Yeah.
There's like no like option for like store or like anything really in Pokken.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It looks fun.
Yeah. It looks like a solid Pokemon. It looks like interesting. It'll probably get me to play Pokemon for about a week more. Yeah.
Maybe. Then in less interesting news, Pokemon Ranger and Mystery Dungeon Red Blue is on Virtual Console. Those are good games. I've played all three of them.
I did not play Red Rescue Team, but my little brother played it. I played Blue Rescue Team. Yeah.
I played both of them and I connected with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a thing you could do if you had Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team in the same DS at the same time.
Oh,
You could like fight each other.
I was gonna say how, because it's a GBA and a DS.
Yeah, it was like the GBA slot like transferred, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah. I really liked Blue Rescue Team so much. Pokemon Ranger is pretty cool.
Especially the first one.
Yeah. We were going to talk about Pokemon Go, but we are an hour and a half into this almost. So I think we're just gonna save that for next time, maybe.
We're gonna quickly say what level we are currently. I'm level 16, and I own one gym currently.
Really? That hasn't changed. Like that. Whenever I capture a gym, it changes within like.
Okay, last time I checked, like 2 hours ago.
You can
I still
check
had it,
on your phone.
But,
go to the shop really quick, or no, even go to your Pokemon.
Yeah, if my Rapidash came back and it is dead, then I don't have it anymore.
The shop icon for me says 0, so
shit. Yeah, never mind. I lost my gym.
that happens for me like every half hour. I'm level 16.
I just caught a Pidgey on my computer.
What?
I just caught a Pidgey on my computer.
Wait. Are you doing the thing where like the Android emulator on the PC?
No, I'm using my iPhone.
You said on the computer.
I'm catching a. Yeah. It's sitting on my computer. It's physically on my
okay.
computer.
I mean, not that I would judge you if you did that, but I would judge you a little bit.
Why? BlueStacks kind of doesn't work on Mac.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Yeah. Well, you have a PC. You have my old laptop.
Yeah. That's the thing I do
Yeah.
have that I use for 3DS hacking sometimes.
Oh yeah? Yeah? You're gonna go ahead and say that on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've downloaded the files to play Style Savvy 3 European version and what should we call it? Rhythm Heaven before it came out in
Yeah.
America. So I'm
Well,
cool.
yeah, I have no shame. I have three 3DSs. I have my new 3DS. I have the Capture 2DS. And I have my old brick 3DS that was like launch 3DS. Homebrew. So, yeah. I have a purpose for each of my 3DSs. I do. I'm not just a hoarder. I have reasons. I have 3DSs, don't bother me.
Judge me.
Yeah. Where can we find you, Rita?
You could find me on Twitter at CAIYSTEGIA. That's Calistegia.
Mm-hmm.
You could find me on YouTube at link in description.
Cassia.
Something like that.
Cassia.
So it's a flower that nobody knows
Yeah.
about.
No, we already talked about it.
And then you could find me on Tumblr at link.
Yep.
Where can we find you?
Find me on YouTube at Hunter Gooden. Find me on Tumblr at Persomedy. PERSOMATEY. Find me on Instagram at Persomedy.
That's good.
You can follow the show on YouTube at Battle Arcade
at
Show.
the channel you're on right now.
You can follow the show on Twitter at Battle Arcade. Is that it?
That seems like it is. You always sound so questioning when we end. It's like, is this the end? And it is. Bye.